Welcome back to the Barely Passable YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in today. To start things off on this channel, I'm going to be making a video about the world's least divisive topic, that being abortion. Starting it off a bit spicy, I guess, but we are about 4 months out, give or take a few days, as of the filming and posting of this video from the overturning of Roe v. Wade. So abortion has basically been in the news, talked about online, everywhere. Everyone's talking about it, whether it be midterm related advertisements or content or articles. It's everywhere. But in my opinion, the vast majority of people, especially on the pro-choice side of things, are not focusing on the most important point when it comes to abortion, and that is what I want to talk about today. So to put it simply, since Roe v. Wade was overturned, and even beforehand, most arguments about abortion really fit into one of two categories. Either things like this article, titled, and I quote, "America is facing a diaper crisis, and the anti-abortion movement is making it worse." These arguments focus on how the anti-abortion or pro-life argument really is unacceptable because of material limitations or financial concerns. So if someone has a baby, they can't afford it, or there aren't enough products, services, goods, etc. to take care of it. On the other side of things, you have the medically necessary argument, generally revolving around either ectopic pregnancies or some form of miscarriage or something similar to that. Ectopic pregnancy removal isn't even considered an abortive procedure. It is also allowed in literally every single one of the states with pro-life laws. I'm going to link a live action article that goes over every single state's laws and how every one of them allows for removal of ectopic pregnancies and other similar scenarios, but doesn't change the fact that you see a lot of these arguments popping up. Specifically, I wanted to include this one from Quinn's Evans Segal on Twitter. She talked about an experience that a friend or family member of hers had trying to get an ectopic pregnancy removed in a hospital in Nashville. Now, reading through this Twitter thread, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but basically she says that they waited for around 10 hours for the hospital to determine whether it would be legal to remove the ectopic pregnancy. To me, reading over this, assuming that everything in it is accurate, it seems like a very bad case of malpractice on the part of the hospital. And they really should have had things together, considering that they knew these laws were going to be in place. They should have had all of this worked out well ahead of time. But generally speaking, you'll see pro-choice people using it as an argument for why abortion should be legal. Honestly, though, whether it be the financial and more material concerns or the health-related concerns, they both skirt around the core of the issue of abortion. And that is whether or not the preborn baby, the fetus, is a human. No one really wants to talk about this, especially on the pro-choice side of things. And some people say it's not important, but in my opinion at least, it is basically the only thing that's important. Well, why? Because regardless of the exact concern, if it is a human, neither of these arguments hold up. Of course, both of them are very important, but no one would look at an already born infant and say, well, we don't have diapers for it, so we better kill it. If it's already a human in the womb, you're not doing anything any different by killing it before it's born versus after. You have to settle on some kind of conclusion about when human life begins before you can really make a good argument for abortion. The argument that abortion should be legal because of these sorts of cases of misconduct by a hospital would be like saying that murder should be legal because of prosecutorial misconduct or wrongful convictions. Of course, wrongful convictions and misconduct of any manner are exceedingly important and should be addressed as best we possibly can, but that doesn't mean that we should allow innocent lives to be taken because of that concern. both can be true at once. It can be a problem and murder can be wrong. So again, regardless of how you look at this issue, whether you look at it through the economic and material concerns or the health concerns, the vast majority of these arguments completely ignore whether it is a human life. Now, I want to clarify, this video isn't really making an argument for being pro-life. I am, just to clarify, but my point is that you need to get to the heart of this issue. Regardless of where you settle on it, what matters most is what defines human life. You have to get to that point, you have to define human life before you can really make any subsequent arguments about abortion. Or I should say, that is your argument for abortion. Because if it isn't a human, then it's no different than removing a tumor or anything else. It's not a human life, who cares? Or if it is, in my opinion I would say it is, then you're killing a human. I will also be including in the description a Dr. John Campbell video that goes over fetal development all throughout pregnancy. I think this is a really good tool for simply educating yourself about how human development goes in the womb, because a lot of people are woefully misinformed or completely uninformed entirely about it and have just never looked into it. I would highly encourage you all to watch that video. I'm not going to specifically get into everything about fetal development and human development in the womb today. I think that would just make the video way longer than I want it to be at the moment. I will make videos likely about those topics in the future, but specifically today I just wanted to bring up this topic because it's something that's bothered me for a long time. The vast majority of people, as I said, especially on the pro-choice side of the argument, focus more so on material concerns, financial concerns, or health concerns without really getting to the core of the issue. So, as I said previously, all of those are real concerns and they shouldn't go unaddressed. But allowing murder wouldn't be the answer to that. The primary question here is abortion murder? I would argue it is, but that, again, is the primary core issue. You can't talk about peripheral issues before getting to the heart of the issue. That is about all I have for you today. I wanted to say thank you for watching this barely passable video. Make sure to check back for all manner of additional content coming soon. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will see you next time.